Before we dive into CSS and getting started with that for styling our pages, I want to take a minute to take a look at ways that pages were styled and given a certain visual presentation before using CSS and before some of the things that we have available now. Where now it's recommended, if you're doing something for the visual purpose or changing the style of it, then you should use CSS. But before doing that, we had things like this BG color attribute that I'm using here in this body tag, setting it to light blue so we see the light blue background on the page. The image tag here has the width set. Using these font tags to set font color and font size. We can see I have this font, everything inside of it set to white. Down here I changed the size to 5 and the color to this pink color. The bottom one I have purple here. We can see that here, where now you wouldn't want to use the font tags. They're being deprecated, which means they're not being used anymore and they're going to not have support. So you're going to want to set those things inside of your CSS, which is what we're going to look at. Also, here I'm using the B tag and the I tag. Those are still available to be used, but it's a better practice to use some other tags that we have available for those in our HTML, and we'll talk about those when we get into semantic HTML elements. If you want to use those just for the visual purpose, there are ways to do that inside of your CSS, and that's a much better route to go with that. And in the next video, we're going to start taking a look at CSS and classes and IDs and ways that we can select elements and start writing our CSS, and ways that we can add that into our HTML.